Do you own a laser printer, copier, or a fax? Well then, listen close to this announcement. Laser Technologies has been providing high-quality, frustration-free toner cartridges that are guaranteed not to harm your equipment for over 20 years. Laser Technologies will save you on your supplies with high-quality and fast delivery. Savings up to 50%. Laser Technologies supplies toner, imaging drums, developer and cartridges for most of the major brands. For a price quote, send an email to service@laser-technologies.com. Include your printer make and model for your part number. Call us at 561-792-9600. That's 561-792-9600. Laser Technologies, providing 100% of the quality at a fraction of the price. 561-792-9600.
Hi folks, I'm Roger from Roger's Gotcha Motoring. If you need a local auto repair shop, Roger's Gotcha Motoring will take care of all of your automotive repair needs. If you need something as simple as an oil change or as complex as an engine overhaul, I have the latest in technology and the knowledge to get the job done right. We've been servicing Pinellas County since 1994 and are conveniently located at 3700 5th Avenue North in St. Petersburg, Florida. If you need service, call now at 727-327-1830 or visit my website at www.rogersgotchamotoring.com or like my Facebook page at Rogers Gotcha Motoring for a complete list of all of our services. So come on over to Rogers, that's me, and get your car service today. And don't forget to shop and support local business. Call now to book your appointment at 727-327-1830. That's 727-327-1830, or swing on by.
Que Pasa Mexican Cantina is where friends and neighbors come to connect, share, and celebrate one another in a festive, casual atmosphere. Offering rich, robust flavors of authentic Mexican cuisine, we use only the freshest, finest ingredients. We chop and dice, season and blend, and then cook everything we serve to perfection. One thing that makes Mexican food even better is one of our delicious Best of the Bay margaritas. Our signature series of margarita flavors range from our sweet and fruity mango and strawberry to our hot and juicy jalapeno margarita. Having a busy meeting or getting together and looking for Mexican food? Try our Fast Fax form. It's an easy, fast way to order your favorite Mexican food. We have special platters and layouts for any occasion. The form is super easy to fill out, fax, email, or just call it in. Whether it's here in the restaurant, in your home or office, at Que Pasa we celebrate bringing people together. Que Pasa Mexican Cantina, 10478 Roosevelt Boulevard North Street in the Gateway Shopping Center, 727-330-3663 in St. Petersburg.
Test 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 3. Hey, this is Captain Hook for Statewide Pest Control Services. They've been serving the west coast of Florida since 1987. Statewide does it all. Pest control, termites, lawns, mosquitoes, tent fumigations, etc. This announcement is from their mold division. Since Hurricane Charlie in 2004, all their personnel are certified in mold and moisture control. Their two-step services are guaranteed to get you back in your home quicker and in most cases paid by your insurance company. Give them a call at 877-488-7378. That's Statewide Pest Control Services for all your pests and mold control needs, serving Florida from Pasco to Lee counties. Statewide Pest Control Services, 877-488-7378. 877-488-7378. That's 877-488-7378. You're listening to WDBFradio.com, a tune-in station.
I grab my fishing pole and cast it in the water. I fish until dawn. Oh my, I caught a shark. I'm fishing in Florida when the sun shines all day.
It's the Fish Florida Show with your host, Riscalla Stevens, bringing the outdoors to you every Sunday morning, 8 to 10 a.m. on the WDBF Radio Network. And now, your host, Riscalla Stevens.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Good morning. What a crisp and And my goodness, what a beautiful morning we have this morning we're looking at, believe it or not, I'm talking to my co-host here, Devin, and I'm still having a hard time accepting this, that we are Christmas Eve 2017. Good morning, Devin.
Good morning. Good morning. I cannot believe this year has flown by. Where did it go?
Lord have mercy. Christmas Eve 2017. We've only literally got days left in this year, and it seems like it just started, oh my gosh, a couple of months ago. And here we are at the end of the year. It's already been a year since the election. It's almost a complete year since the beginning, literally within days since the beginning of 2017. We're looking at 2018. And with this new year coming in, I am hoping and praying that you will take the opportunity to enjoy what we do, and that is bringing the outdoors to you. So welcome to the Fish Florida Show. We are going to have a wide variety of guests for you today, a wide variety of information. We try to provide for you things that will be of interest to you so that when you're out doing your thing out there, you can have a little bit more fun. Devin, what's going on with regard to any fish tournaments or anything like that going on?
The fishing tournaments, like this time of year, it's a good time to get into the sailfish. Sailfish tournaments are quite expensive. It's a very big and lucrative sport. But for right now, the kingfish tournaments and the kingfish dolphin tournaments, those will all start in March time. You will have a couple tournaments at the end of January in the Keys to kick off the season. But right now, it's a good time to get your gear ready. Go actually just enjoy the water if you're not tournament fishing.
When we're talking about it's very expensive, excuse me, I know that one of the gentlemen I had on, Mike, can't think of his last name, did kite fishing, and he was saying that it's very lucrative. There's a lot of money in that.
There is a lot of money in the sailfish tournaments, and these guys, it's for them it's a business. They have it dialed in to catch the fish. They're catching 2, 3, 4 fish when they roll through in an hour. Yeah. I mean, the whole team is tuned in. These are guys that have been fishing for years and years and years. But that they're here, and if you just got a new boat and you wanted to get into sailfish, it's a good time to take a year and practice before you get into those tournaments. Like I said, those tournaments are lucrative. Some of those tournaments go upwards in the 100,000 plus category.
Wow.
in prizes and Calcuttas plus.
Wow. We're talking like $100,000 for grand prize?
You're talking with the Calcuttas. Those are all the side bets, and plus the grand prize and all the other side prizes.
Oh,
yeah,
I
you
see.
can. You have the
even
potential.
that's still a lot of money. My goodness. Wow. So there is a lot of money in that, and I take it's quite popular because the gentleman I spoke with, I don't know why his name just eludes my mind right now, Mike, and I'll think of it in a minute. The kite fishing man was telling me that he was on a 61 Viking, I believe is what he described. So they could give me that yacht, I wouldn't be able to put fuel in it. That's how much money we're talking about. So when we're talking about tens of thousands or possibly even hundreds of thousands of dollars, that's amazing. That is for fishing, you guys, to go fishing. Mike Simcoe, thank you, Steve. I appreciate it. Mike Simcoe was the gentleman's name. So here we go. We've got Dennis Michalik. I'm sorry, I didn't pronounce that right. Forgive me. Dennis Michalik will be coming on shortly. He's going to give us a fishing report in the Boynton Beach area, and he's going to tell us a little bit about what's going on out there. Have you been out fishing this weekend?
I was actually just out fishing last night.
Oh, man.
Running on a couple hours of sleep. I like to go, when we do have the opportunity, we do go sword fishing. And the rare opportunities you get to be able to get the boat out there, you have to capitalize on them once the conditions are right.
And so did you do any good last night?
We got one short one last night that we had to release. But other than that, the last night was a little slower.
Is there a size limit on
the swordfish? Yes. Yeah. It's 47 inches from the bottom of the jaw to the fork of the tail.
So it's roughly 4 feet. They have to be roughly 4 feet long.
Yeah, and a fish about that size can anywhere between 50 to 75 pounds on the small, between the 47 inch, 48 inch mark. They grow very fast.
So if you were to be able to catch one of these and be able to keep it, because these are pretty big fish. I mean, generally speaking, these are not little fish, right?
No, they're not little fish.
So what do you do with something that weighs like 6 or 7 or 800 pounds?
Fortunately, I haven't caught one of those, but for the most part, you need enough experienced people on the boat, or you need to hire a good charter to take you out if you do have a boat. We do that.
Yeah. Is there such a thing, in hunting, there are places that you can take your catch and have them slaughter it for you. Is the same thing with fish? Do they have anything like that?
Most of the time, the guys that do catch the fish, everybody knows how to fillet and
so they're doing it
down a
themselves.
fish.
It's a do-it-yourself kind of thing. Wow. Well, I can't imagine I haven't had swordfish in so long, and I got to tell you, swordfish to me tastes like steak. It really does. It tastes so much like steak to me.
It's one of my favorite fish to eat. I love swordfish.
Wow.
And I'm not a huge cooked fish eater. I love my sushi, but I am not a huge cooked fish eater, and swordfish I will eat all day.
Well, like I said, it's been a while since I've had swordfish, and swordfish to me is kind of like mahi-mahi and dolphin. It's really hard to mess it up. You can barbecue it, you can fry it, you can bake it. Just about any way you cook it, it comes out really, really good. And I'll be, you know what, old friend, old buddy, old pal. Hint, hint. If you catch some, I got open arms over here, so we're more than willing to take a little bit of that weight off of you if you have some swordfish left over. I was waiting for Dennis, and Dennis hasn't called in yet, so I have Stacy McCaskill on the line with me. Let's go ahead and take Stacy. Let's bring Stacy on board. Stacy, good morning. And
good morning.
Good morning. How are you, my dear?
I'm doing great, thanks.
Stacy is with fishwithme.net, and fishwithme.net is kind of an unusual thing. I really enjoyed the idea of this. I found it quite interesting. Someone who has a boat or some kind of a vessel that wants to go fishing and is, looking for someone to go with them. This is the perfect hookup, if you like that. This is a perfect hookup. So tell us a little bit more about it, Stacy. What is it that you have, and how do people get involved?
Sure. It's fishwithme.net is basically an online fishing club. It's basically all we've done is we've taken the concept of your local fishing club. That's where you find buddies to go fishing with, and we've made it nationwide. So we still encourage people to join their local fishing clubs and get involved with local groups and veterans groups and, species-specific clubs, that kind of thing. But if you also join fishwithme.net, you can have access to different folks who fish different species, who use different equipment, fish in different locations. It's just a way to kind of expand your group of friends or a group of people that you know so that you can get out fishing more often.
I think it's a phenomenal idea. I know in the days that I many years ago, I had my own boat. I had a 24-foot Wellcraft, and there were times when I wish I could find somebody to go with me because it's so boring. First of all, when you have a boat that size, it's very difficult for one person to take care of it, to put it out in the water, get it off on the dock, go put your car away while your boat's sitting there. There were many times I wished that I could go fishing, but I couldn't because I didn't have somebody to go with me.
Right. My mom lives in the Florida Keys, and we have a 24-foot Proline center console, and she's on Big Pine. She lives right on the water. She's like 20 minutes from just world-class fishing.
Wow.
And I live up north most of the year, up around Chicago, and she was only fishing when I would come down to visit her. And I'm like, why aren't you going out fishing more often? I mean, she loves it. She'll go out for 10 hours, fill up the whole cooler. And I'm like, you need to be getting out more often. She's like, well, it's really hard to find fishing buddies. People are super busy. Their schedules are crazy. It's just hard to be calling people all the time. And also, she's on a limited income. She can't afford the $200-300 that it costs to, fill up the gas and buy bait and chum and all that every time she goes out. And a lot of times people, when she invites people, they think, oh, you're going out anyways. I don't know. People just don't always think to say, here's $60 or, here's $80 to help with the cost of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think they're being rude or anything. I just don't think they think about it.
It occurs to them. Yeah.
And, right. And,
So
since we started,
they're probably thinking
the
along
club,
the line,
he's been
like
out
if you were
fishing a
going to
lot.
take a trip, well, I'm going to travel to Georgia. Hey, well, listen, I'm going to Georgia too. Take me along with you and not pay anything. You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So this way it kind of takes you go online, you create a profile, kind of like a Facebook profile, but it's much simpler to fill out. Mm-hmm. And then when you join, you can see the other members, you just plug in a zip code or a name of a location and you can see all the members in that area. You can message them. It's real secure. You don't release your personal information to anybody until you kind of accept to connect with them.
Right.
It's kind of like a Facebook model in that sense. And there's an annual membership fee, but we got a special for all your listeners for Fish Florida that they can get a free annual membership by entering a promo code FISH, FISH, FL. So if they go to sign up and to create a membership, all they have to do is enter FISH, FL, and it won't even ask you for a credit card or anything. There will be no auto renewal or anything like that. You can just go check it out for a year, and Merry Christmas. Go set up your friends, your uncle, your cousins, your neighbors.
There you
go get them all set up on there.
Yeah.
The other thing I think that's kind of neat about it is when you use the app, you can use it for cost sharing, but you don't have to. You could just use it for scheduling. Mm-hmm. And everybody that joins, they kind of sign, they kind of check box some waivers and stuff. So there's an extra layer of kind of liability protection in case, somebody gets hurt or something like that on the water. And it gives you a little bit more, liability protection there as well. So that's kind of a nice feature.
Well, Stacy, thank you so much for taking the time. It's Stacy McCaskill. She is with fishwithme.net. You can find her online, fishwithme all together, fishwithme.net.
Yep.
Stacy McCaskill, thank you so much for calling in this morning.
Yeah, and get those, it's a great stocking stuffer for Christmas. Just right on there, FISHFL, and it's a $36 membership, and get your friends signed up.
Excellent. Thank you so much for calling in. I wish you a Merry Christmas. Be looking forward to talking to you soon, my friend.
All right. Thanks a lot. Merry Christmas, everyone, and tight lines.
So long. All right, ladies and gentlemen, next who do we have next?
We have Dennis.
Dennis Michalik, are you there?
Good morning, Riscalla. Good morning, Devin.
Good morning, sir. I apologize. I didn't realize that you were on hold. I usually get a little notification, and I didn't see the notification until I had already asked for Stacy. So please forgive me for the mix-up this morning. Good morning, sir. I wish I were where you are because I know it's absolutely gorgeous where you are.
It is, and today is the day. The winds are light. They're out at east at 5. In the afternoon, they're going to turn to the southeast, and the sea's going to be about 2 feet.
Oh, my goodness.
Tonight, after midnight, they're going to be less than 2 feet. The wind's going to switch around maybe to the west-northwest. But this is the day to get out. This is the day that I would say, I'm out.
Well, listen, if you decide to go, I'm not that far from you. Give me a shout. So what's hitting out there right now? I love to fish, but sometimes things get in the way, like Christmas shopping and getting ready for the holidays, so I'll have to be on shore. So what's hitting right now are presents, then?
What's the report for the week?
This week it's been pretty good. Off of Palm Beach, there's been some nice weed lines. Some dolphin have been caught. And off of the Boynton Inlet, around the Boynton area, there's been some dolphin, some blackfin, with some kings mixed in. So that's about the latest report from my area.
Yeah, Dennis, I've seen...
I would today, if I had a chance, I would plan my day today to do some bottom fishing and do a little trolling. And then sundown, I would probably head to Boca and do some yellowtailing because the seas are so nice.
I have seen, Dennis, I've seen the mangrove snappers still biting out there, and like you said, I've still seen some dolphin being caught out there also.
Dolphin also off of Boca.
Oh, wow. And if you get lucky, I've also seen a couple grouper caught this week also.
That's true.
So it's been a good week. It's been a good week. We actually got out last night fishing. We went to the sword grounds last night and did some sword fishing. It was not as productive as our last trip, but we still got one bite, and then it was a short, but nonetheless, we still had some action on the line.
That sounds like a great evening.
Oh yeah, it was a great evening. Out there, the sun's not beating you up. You're relaxing on the boat. The drift ended up being really nice. It was a really good night of fishing.
Yeah, but he didn't take me.
Now,
Dennis,
when I go yellow sailing,
I'm up against a break at 8:20. I got to take a break. Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to the Fish Florida Show with Riscalla and my co-host Devin. We have Dennis Michalik on the line with us. We will be right back. Please don't go away. Got to take a quick break.
Do you own a laser printer, copier, or a fax? Well then, listen close to this announcement. Laser Technologies has been providing high-quality, frustration-free toner cartridges that are guaranteed not to harm your equipment for over 20 years. Laser Technologies will save you on your supplies with high quality and fast delivery. Savings up to 50%. Laser Technologies supplies toner, imaging drums, developer and cartridges from most of the major brands. For a price quote, send an email to service@laser-technologies.com. Include your printer make and model for your part number. Call us at 561-792-9600. That's 561-792-9600. Laser Technologies, providing 100% of the quality at a fraction of the price. 561-792-9600.
When selling your luxury home, you need someone who understands your expectations. Someone familiar with the industry, who can sell your home faster and get you the best price. Someone who can provide you with a full-service brokerage firm. That someone is Devin Canhigh with Exit Realty. Devin is a veteran who has grown up in South Florida and spent his life in Palm Beach County. With Devin's marketing strategy and his network of contacts, you will be pleased at how quickly, smoothly, and easily your home can be sold. Not sure what your home should sell for? With Devin on your side, you will receive a free evaluation. Call Devin today at 561-281-9138. He's ready to serve your needs and expectations. That's 561-281-9138. Devin Canhigh with Exit Realty, 561-281-9138.
Hi folks, I'm Roger from Roger's Gotcha Motoring. If you need a local auto repair shop, Roger's Gotcha Motoring will take care of all of your automotive repair needs. If you need something as simple as an oil change or as complex as an engine overhaul, I have the latest in technology and the knowledge to get the job done right. We've been servicing Pinellas County since 1994 and are conveniently located at 3700 5th Avenue North in St. Petersburg, Florida. If you need service, call now at 727-327-1830 or visit my website at www.rogersgotchamotoring.com or like my Facebook page at Rogers Gotcha Motoring for a complete list of all of our services. So come on over to Rogers, that's me, and get your car service today. And don't forget to shop and support local business. Call now to book your appointment at 727-327-1830. That's 727-327-1830, or swing on by.
I grab my fishing pole and cast it in the water. I fish until dawn. Oh my, I caught a shark. I'm fishing it on and on. When the sun shines all day. Call me a grouper. Stop fishing it on and on. Oh yeah.
It's the Fish Florida Show with your host, Riscalla Stevens, bringing the outdoors to you every Sunday morning, 8 to 10 a.m. on the WDBF Radio Network. And now, your host, Riscalla Stevens.
Okay, we are back. Thank you for taking your time to listen with us, and we're going to finish up with Dennis real quick. Dennis, before we go, I wanted to make sure that I took the opportunity to wish you a Merry Christmas. Thank you for everything that you have done in the background. There's that you have helped me with, as well as if it weren't for you, we wouldn't have Victoria. And if it weren't for Victoria, we wouldn't have the show and we wouldn't have the app. So, Dennis, thank you. I appreciate it. And give Victoria a big hug for me and a very Merry Christmas to you and the family, sir.
Merry Christmas to you and Devin. And thank you so much. And it's all for the sport of fishing.
Thank you, sir.
Again.
We'll be looking for you very shortly here.
All right. Thank you. Have a good holiday.
Thanks, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there he goes. That's Dennis Michalik, and he is a local here in the West Palm Beach area, giving us a fishing report primarily off of the Boynton Beach area. And our next guest coming up is going to be Richard Southerland. Richard has a unique opportunity. He has Southerland Fishing Adventures, and he's going to give us a little bit of information about what he does and a fishing report from his area. Rick, good morning, and welcome to the Fish Florida Show.
Good morning, Riscalla. How are you?
I am doing fine, sir. It is an honor to have you on with us. I think this is the first time I've had you on the show with us. Tell us a little bit about what you have.
Well, we're out here. We're fishing Central Florida freshwater lakes. Matter of fact, we're on the water right now. But, yeah, we're in pre-spawn time for largemouth bass. You can only find them between 5 and 10 feet of water. They're not in your canals, not in your, they're in the main lakes. You know, if you go right outside the weeds or the boat docks, 5 to 10 foot of water, you're going to find your largemouth bass. Also, the crappie fishing is great. They're picking up. They are in the canals. So if you're looking for crappie, get in the canal. That's where they're at. We use live minnows for the crappies or jigs. If you use bass, we're using a Gambler Big Easy or a Gambler Junebug color 10-inch ribbon tail worm. They also work good. Also, a Glow Pro makes a good lure that we use. It's a lipless crankbait, and it works as well.
What kind of line do you use? Are you using like 10 pound, 12 pound, 15 pound?
Oh no, here in Florida, you have to use we use a braid, and we use 30-pound test braid because you have a lot of stuff in Florida to get hung up on and snagged on, lily pads and things of that nature. We'll either use a spider wire or a pro line, 30-pound test. American Tackle makes a good line called Bushido braid, and it's good. You can use it, but like I said, about 30 to 50-pound test is what we use.
I am surprised. You said 30 pound. That took me back a little bit because I'm thinking, well, you probably want really light lines so you can feel what's going on. But you brought up a good point. Being in a situation like that, there's constantly something that you can get caught on, whether it's branches or rocks or whatever it's under that water, and you need a little bit of help to be able to get it back up. How often are you out there in that area?
I go every weekend. I go every weekend. We get out on the water, whether it's fishing tournaments or just like I'm doing. I took the kids fishing today, and we're just out here having a good time and just getting out and enjoying the water.
You know, one of the things that makes America is our ability to have fun as a family, and to take someone out on a fishing excursion, take the kids out, let them enjoy the fishing, the excitement, the getting your fingers dirty, getting your fingers on your fish and making yourself smell. All of that brings such great memories to me because it was my dad that turned me on to fishing at a very young age. He was an avid fisherman. We would go fishing minimum 2 to 3 times every month and travel everywhere. Richard, tell the listeners a little bit about what you have.
Well, I fish with, of course, if you go to Southerland Adventures, I have a YouTube site that I post about once a week to kind of record all these outings and see how the fishing's going, and you can find that at YouTube at SutherlandAdventures.com. And, we put together there, I teamed up with, of course, Victoria there at Fish Florida. Check out the Fish Florida app. They also have great deals. If you're into tournament fishing, freshwater fishing, you can go and find that on the Fish Florida app. I also teamed up with American Tackle, Woo Tungsten, Gambler Lures, Glow Pro Lures, and all of them are well-trusted brands that I use every day that I fish. And So that's kind of what we do, and we enjoy our time on the water. They have all kinds of benefit tournaments too. Once again, if you go to the Fish Florida app, you can find they have benefit tournaments on there, and it'll be underneath the tournament section where it says Florida, and you'll find benefit tournaments there to help out people who are less fortunate and things of that nature.
And Rick, if someone wants to reach you, how do they do that?
They can find me on either, like I said, you could go to the YouTube channel, Southerland Adventures. You can go to Facebook at Southerland Fishing Adventures, or, there's also a Twitter account and a Instagram account. Either way, you can find me there, or you could just simply email me at 242-3623@gmail.com.
And that's Southerland Fishing Adventures, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Southerland Fishing Adventures. Rick, thank you so much for taking time to call in this morning. A Merry Christmas to you, sir, and I'll be looking forward to speaking to you again real soon.
All right, Riscalla, Merry Christmas, and get on the water.
Merry Christmas, Rick.
All righty.
And there he goes, ladies and gentlemen. That's Rick Southerland with Southerland Fishing Adventures. You can find him online. He's one of the people who can take you and show you some of the backwaters. And I'm not real good with freshwater. I've had issues with freshwater, but you get somebody like Rick, as a partner. Yeah, and I doubt seriously you would come back empty-handed.
Myself, neither, Riscalla. I grew up saltwater fishing, and the saltwater runs in my blood. I know my way around the freshwater, but it is not my my expertise.
Yeah, and I have several friends of mine who are avid freshwater fishers. One of them is Captain Mike. I'm looking for Captain Mike to call in. I hope he'll be calling in shortly. He fishes the Loxahatchee area. If you're not familiar with West Palm Beach, Loxahatchee is an area way out west. He fishes the Loxahatchee Wildlife Refuge area. He's been doing that for over 30 years. He has a tremendous amount of experience, and along with that experience, of course, a lot of information to share with us. So hopefully we'll hear from him in just a few minutes.
So we do have, it's Christmas coming up, Riscalla.
And right around, literally hours away. Ladies and gentlemen, can you believe 2018 Christmas, hours away?
Hours away. And then a few days after that, we're going to be into the new year. It's unbelievable.
It seems like it catches up to you at the end of the year. You go, oh, I'm ready. And then it's here, and you're going, oh, my goodness, wow. Can this really be already happening at the end of the year? We're looking at no more 27, just a couple of days. No more 2017. I got to get used to writing 2018 now.
Look, I'm going to be writing 2017 on all my stuff for at least a month and a half. That's how it goes.
Oh, geez. So it takes a little bit of getting used to. And we have, I don't know what's wrong with me this morning, but my throat is just like going wacko on me. And, oh my, I can't even talk. And we have a whole new year coming up in front of us now. On the next show, I hope to have for you some hunting information. I've contacted some of the hunting lodges around Florida, and they are interested in sharing with the listeners. Of course, right now I couldn't get everybody's in the Christmas spirit right now. Everybody's doing the Christmas parties and the mistletoe. I don't know about the mistletoe. You might get accused of something. But, we're having Christmas parties, and everybody's kind of in the Christmas mood right now. So they don't really want to get on a show. They don't want to talk about hunting. They don't want to talk about fishing. They want to sit back and have some of the what is that stuff? The eggnog.
Eggnog.
They want to have some of that eggnog, and they want to have some of the goodies that go with Christmas, the cookies and all the goodies that go with it. And they really don't want to get involved with fishing or hunting right now. So hopefully, if all goes well, it will be next week. In all honesty, it may be the following week, because I just realized next week is New Year's. Oh my gosh. So yeah, it may be the following week. It is a little difficult to get, guests lined up during these holidays. Again, everybody's in the holidays mood, and the last thing you really want to do is get on a radio station and talk about fishing or hunting. But hopefully, this following week, we will have some more information regarding the hunting, regarding what's available in Florida. I wasn't aware of this, but there are numerous ranches where you can go literally pay to go hunting.
There's numerous ranches that it's all, you pay your fee and it is all inclusive on there. A lot of them have the hotels to stay, places where you can check your guns, keep them safe, and the hunting safe, so you know where, they set you up where your line of fire is. You're not accidentally shooting somewhere where you're not supposed to.
That's amazing. I don't know. Maybe I'm naive, but I didn't think there was anything like that. And when I started doing the research over yesterday, my gosh, I was one after another. There are numerous places if you want to go hunting here in Florida. I mean, I have friends of mine who travel to Colorado to go hunting.
Oh, same with me.
I'm thinking, well, if you really want to go hunting, I guess that's the best place to go. But I find that there are literally numerous ranches here in Florida. And I don't know, I haven't hunted there, but they propose that you can go hunting there and really come up with a big win, a big buck or a big, I can't think, a hog.
The boar, yes.
Yeah, yes. I see it in my mind and I can't think of the word. My goodness, I'm still trying to wake up. That's amazing. I had, years ago, one of the people in my extended family, believe it or not, had a 700-acre ranch.
Wow.
Private ranch. And we had done a little bit of fishing there, a little bit of hunting there at one time. And that was unique because at 700 acres, there's nobody to bother you. You don't have to worry about game wardens. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff. You are literally in a miniature city all by yourself. And it was amazing. It really was. So I had no idea that there were people out there that would have these ranches, if you want to call them that, these areas of land that are available. And they literally will allow you to come for a fee on their property. Some of them even have guides. I was shocked.
Some of them even have guides, and some of them even have schedules, so you're not conflicting with another hunter on the property. You'll have the whole property yourself for X amount of days, which is really nice.
That is, if you're somebody who wants to go hunting and you don't want to come back empty-handed and you don't mind making a small investment, it will be well worth your time to look into this. And again, I will have some of these people on realistically in probably 2 weeks, because I really don't think they're going to want to come on the following weekend coming up here due to New Year's. But there is a genuine interest there, and I would love for them to be able to come on and share with the listeners the information that they have regarding what's available for hunting. Now, I don't know about the laws about hunting. If you're on private land, can you hunt whatever you want? You have to be
You still have to follow the hunting schedule and what weapon you can use to harvest the animal.
Really? But so you're still under a degree of rules, even though you're on private land.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I take it you probably have to have a hunting license as well?
You do. Yeah. You have to have your hunting license.
Because I believe when it comes to fishing, if you're on private land, you don't need a fishing license.
No, you don't need a fishing license if you're on private land.
It gets kind of confusing. Do I need a license for this or I need a license for that? Anyway, we'll be looking forward to having that. So let me move a little bit forward here. We're going to take our next break a little early. And then we'll be right back. I was looking for Captain Mike. Apparently Captain Mike may be having a problem with his phone. He's not able to call in. So we'll go ahead and take our break just a couple of minutes early. Don't go away. We will be right back. You are listening to the Fish Florida Show with Riscalla and Devin.
Battles aren't won solely on the field. That's a common misconception. Battles are won within, over enemies of fear, enemies of doubt. In that place where promises are kept. Promises to oneself.
This is a physical training event!
Promises to one's community.
Healthy people move debris out of their house.
Promises to one's country. In the heart of every Marine, you'll find a promise. A promise forever kept. A promise of battles won.
You've seen how recent hurricanes have devastated whole communities, flooding and destroying homes. Join Habitat for Humanity as we work with families to repair and rebuild. You can help someone desperately in need of a place to call home. We will rebuild, but only with your help. Visit Habitat.org to support Habitat's work.
Hello, I'm Hector Elizondo, and I want to talk to you about getting older. My body hurts, my joints ache, and sometimes I forget. I forget that doing all your own scenes for a movie isn't always the best decision, especially when you're galloping high speed on a horse named Archibello. So yes, my body hurts, but it's not because of my age. It's because I'm living my life.
Don't let life pass you by. Take care of your brain health. It may just help you stay on top of your game.
Oh, Archibello!
Learn more at brainhealth.gov.
Hey y'all, Cedric the Entertainer here with Niecy Nash, taking a break from shooting The Soul Man to introduce you to Patience.
Hi.
Patience is a patient at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital.
Families never receive a bill from St. Jude for anything because all a family should worry about is helping their child live.
St. Jude won't give up until they end childhood cancer, sickle cell, and other deadly diseases.
Because of you, there is St. Jude.
Learn more at stjude.org.
My vehicle was sent 6 feet in the air in a ball of fire. I thought I was going to die.
It ripped my arm off. It broke my right femur.
I took such a hard blow to the head that my retina was torn apart.
Say a prayer for peace. I'm Trace Atkins. I want to tell you about these true American heroes and how you can show your thanks by helping them through Wounded Warrior Project.
They've reached out to us as a family, and they never forgot about us.
The job of helping thousands of our wounded warriors rebuild their lives is massive and growing every day. That's why your gift of just $19 a month is so important. Many of these service members suffer traumatic brain injury and post-traumatic stress disorder.
They helped me basically put my life back together.
If it wasn't for Wounded Warrior Project, I would be a statistic right now. I would have been one of those soldiers who came home and committed suicide.
I'm in the fields of Vietnam, the mountains of Afghanistan. Your gift today of $19 a month can help us provide the programs and services desperately needed by our wounded service members. Call or go online with a pledge and you'll receive this Wounded Warrior Project blanket. Make that call now. Say a prayer for peace.
You're listening to WDBFradio.com, a tune-in station.
I grab my fishing pole and cast it in the water. I fish until dawn. Oh my, I caught a shark. I'm fishing it going on when the sun shines all day. It calls me a grouper. Stop fishing it going on. Oh yeah.
It's the Fish Florida Show with your host, Riscalla Stevens, bringing the outdoors to you every Sunday morning, 8 to 10 a.m. on the WDBF Radio Network. And now your host, Riscalla Stevens.
Okay, we are back. Thank you for taking the time to listen. It is a gorgeous morning. If you are not planning on going out today, you're doing yourself a disservice. What a beautiful day we have today, Devin. And Devin has a little bit he wants to share with us, so go ahead.
You know, it's Christmas Eve. It is a beautiful day today. So everything we talk about, a lot of these people, if you're having trouble writing down the websites or keeping up, or if you missed it, download the Fish Florida app. A lot of our media partners are on the Fish Florida app, and it's a one-stop shop. You can click on it and find them. So if you missed anybody, or if you missed writing down one of the websites, go ahead and download that Fish Florida app. It's got a lot of great resources. It connects you right to the FWC if you're coming down to visit, so you can purchase your license.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, it has the Fish with Me. I am crazy about the Fish with Me thing because I can remember the days when I had my boat, and I was so many times that I wanted to go fishing, couldn't find somebody to go fishing with me. I would have loved to have that back then because you can find somebody, and like she said, there's layer of security, so you're not just going out with anybody. Well, you're checking them out first.
Yeah, absolutely. And the nice thing about that is none of the information is exchanged at your, it's at your will. It's, it's a modified social media for the fishing guys.
Right.
And for the $36 for the year, it's very nominal. And on top of that, she's given us a great promo code. It's FISHFL. and you can get a year free with them to download the app. And even if you do have a boat, sometimes you're traveling on vacation, and if you have that downtime, you may be able to find somebody to go fish with somewhere else.
That's right.
With that app. So it's a great cost saver, cost splitter for the people, and you don't have to have a boat either.
If you've never had a boat, you don't really comprehend what it takes to keep that thing going. It's a constant work. It's not like, you have a car where you use your car every day. But imagine having a car and parking it and leaving it for a couple of weeks and then coming back and expecting it to run perfectly. That typically doesn't work that way. It needs to be taken care of. And the same thing with a boat. It's a constant work. I used to joke with people when I was married. I didn't have time for an affair. My affair was literally my boat. I would spend every hour that I had that I was free, whether that was a weekend, whether that was after work, making sure that my boat was in good tip-top shape, because when you're 15, 20 miles offshore, the last thing you want is to have some kind of a problem and not be able to come. You're certainly not going to be able to swim back at 15 or 20 miles offshore.
You're absolutely not. You do not want to have a failure out there if you're on a single-engine boat.
Absolutely. So if you miss any of that, or for whatever reason you don't have the app, we do have archives set up. You can find it at www.fishfloridashow.com. Our archives are there as well. All of our archives are found on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel, which is the Fish Florida Show on YouTube. Along with that, we will have pictures of the product so that you not only hear about the product, you can see a product or service that somebody is offering. And so it's always interesting. There's a never-ending flow of information when it comes to what we can do outdoors here in South Florida. So I'm looking for who are we looking for? We're looking for Maria Diaz with Nautical Jewelry. Now, Maria has a company that manufactures jewelry that is all along the fishing line. She has some amazing stuff. Have you seen some of her stuff?
I have seen some of her stuff. Her stuff is beautiful. The detailing behind it. It's great. It's everything. You can personalize a gift if you're giving it to somebody. If they love to dolphin fish, you can get them a dolphin charm for a necklace, and they have them in sizes for the guys, sizes for the girls. If you're a big hog fisher, they have hogfish also, and I call them hogfish because people call them hog snapper. They're not really a snapper. They're not in the snapper family.
Really?
No, they are not. Hogfish are not in the snapper family.
Now, see, you just taught me something. I've always thought that there were, because they do look like snappers.
They do.
They get that reddish look to them.
They do, and people call them hog snapper, but they're not technically in the snapper family.
It's really called a hogfish?
It's hogfish. They're they're actually in the wrasse family of the fish. It's a little tidbit of information for you this morning.
I just learned something. So hogfish, now, they used to be one of my favorite. Of course, for me, it was always difficult to catch these guys, but they used to be one of my favorite catches.
Hogfish is great. It's very rare to catch them on hook and line. It's mainly the spearfishers will get the hogfish.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Because I've only caught maybe a handful in my whole life, and not very big ones at that. But I wasn't aware that it was spearfishing. You mentioned spearfishing. I'll share something with you that I had a friend of mine used to do. They would go down to protected waters, like down in the Keys off of Penny Camp, I think it is down there, and you're not allowed to spearfish down there. But you are allowed to fish, hook and line fish. So what they would do is they would go down with a snorkel and a line and a bait and find where the groupers were and hook a grouper and then fix it so the grouper couldn't swim back into the hole, and then have them pull it up on the boat. And I got to tell you, one year when they came down, because they live out of state, when they came down, they had like 7 or 8 of these huge groupers. And I kept saying, how in the world did you pull them up without breaking the line? And he finally broke down and admitted to me what they were doing. And I got such a kick out of that. What an idea. You got somebody down there taunting your fish for you, getting them to come out of their hole. Then when they grab it, you just yank on the line and they pull the fish up. I don't think the fish had much of a chance at that point.
I'd classify that in catching, not really fishing.
That's food.
That's not, it's a little unfair. I've heard a couple people do that with the hogs also. They'll, in those protected areas, that you can't spearfish. They will dive down there with the line in their hand and a shrimp, drop it in the hole. The hogfish will eat it, and they just reel them up.
Wow. All right. Well, it looks like Maria is on the line with us. Good morning, Maria. Merry Christmas and welcome to the Fish Florida Show.
Oh, thank you. I've been listening for a while. By the way, I call that cheating. That's cheating fishing, but you're definitely going to catch something like that.
How are you doing this morning, my dear?
How are you?
I'm doing well. Tell us a little bit about, have you got any idea what's going on fishing down there right now?
Well, I was trying to get a hold of my buddy, Captain Peter of Wildlife Fishing Charters, and he's out on a charter this morning, I believe in the Bahamas. So I was going to ask him to join us, but he's fortunate for him. So, but no, I'm not sure what's going on. I haven't. But I knew last week down in the Keys we were catching a lot of swordfish.
The swordfish has been hot in the Keys, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
So, Maria, tell us a little bit about nautical jewelry.
Well, nautical jewelry has been around for over 40 years, and we have our own hand-designed, handcrafted nautical jewelry. Anything that swims, floats, or lives in the sea or the beach, we make it. All types of fish. They look actual, like the real thing, designed from actual fish that the fish dictionary describes the fish with genus and species. So it's the real thing, just in 14-karat yellow gold, white gold, or 18-karat white or yellow gold, or platinum and silver. And we have our own copyrighted molds that we designed from, and everything is made in the USA right here in Miami.
See, now you said something that caught my ear. They are made in
the USA,
and they're made here locally.
Here locally in Miami, Florida, yes.
Yeah. This country was built on the back of small businesses. Small businesses is what has gotten us to where we are today with regard to our ability to be financially free. The big corporations, anybody who knows what's going on, knows that the big corporations pay a very small amount of their profits back into our economy. Small businesses devote their time and their efforts, and for every dollar that you spend locally, 63 cents of that in one way or another remains in the area. So you're doing yourself a disservice if you're dealing with global corporations, buying jewelry from a global corporation that sees you as nothing more than a number. When you deal with someone who is local, a small business who cares about you as a customer because you are their payroll, you'll find that you'll be treated better. You're also helping the local economy. 63 cents of every dollar that you spend locally stays here. When you spend money with these global corporations, we're lucky if we get 40 cents of it to stay in the local area. Maria, thank you for being a local business, a small business, and doing what you do. I've seen some of your work, and I want to tell you I am amazed. I truly am. The detail is just outstanding.
Thank you. And we're going to have some new designs this year in 2018. We'll be coming out with some new designs, some of which we have already. We just haven't put up there on the website. But we'll have some new designs, so look out for those on our website, which is www.nauticaljewelry.net. And those should be coming out by the end of January.
And you can also find them on the Fish Florida app. Maria, so for our listeners, where typically is the starting price for one of these pieces?
Well, with the silver, they go all the way down to $50. We've got some going all the way up to, like, some of our heavier chains, depending on the length and all that. It could be $5,000 to $10,000 on some of the really heavy chains. Yeah, so we've got some really heavy pieces. We also do custom designs, and we welcome those. We've done some beautiful custom pieces. For instance, I'll tell you a story. There was a lady who ordered something over the holidays. And by the way, I have to tell you, most of my customers this season, we had a very good season, were local customers or in the USA, actually. And they were all customers that we've had for over the last 40 years. And they said they come back because we've always given excellent service. And they've got pieces from 15, 20 years ago that don't even need repair or soldering or anything. They think the work is excellent. And I've been told that. You can look at my Facebook reviews. So it's really nice to know that customers are coming back and they're customers within the United States of America.
Yeah, and then with a small business, you're actually talking to a real person. If you have an issue, you're probably talking right to you, Maria. Am I correct?
Right, correct. That's correct. Usually, or Captain Marty, or once in a while you'll get Trevor. Or
you're talking to somebody that is right there, sitting, a live person that will help you if something happens to one of your pieces, or if you have a question, or if you want to get a custom piece done. If somebody wants a custom piece done, what's the typical turnaround time for that?
I did one. I was just getting ready to tell you this story. This lady whose husband, he just lost his sister, and he and his sister common bond, something to do with compasses, and he wanted to get an anchor off the anchor, and the sister passed away. She ordered a custom design with one of our larger anchors, and she wanted an actual working compass right at the base of the anchor between the flanks. And we did that for her, and she called me crying, happy tears. She said, "Oh my God, he's going to love it. This is so beautiful." It took me from start to finish about a week and a half.
Oh wow!
Delivered.
So it's not like you're waiting months for the turnaround time on this, like some of the other corporations. Somebody's working on it right away for you.
No, not at all. We even had a guy over in I believe, and he's a turnaround. He's a repeat customer. He's done scuba tanks, custom scuba diving tanks. This year he went one of our bar link anchor chains, but he wanted it to be really thick. So we had to go in and fill the links, each individual one thicker from the inside, and that took me about 14 days turnaround time.
Wow!
Because it was a custom design. It was a heavy chanin.
Maria, some great information. So tell us, for our listeners, tell them where they can find you. One more time.
We can be found on the internet at www.nauticaljewelry.net, or you can call us at 305-271-0372.
And you can find Maria also on the Fish Florida app.
Thank you, Maria. Merry Christmas to you. And we're going to move on. I've got Kyle waiting for us, or Kyle or Andy. I'm not sure which one. Merry Christmas to you, my dear. I'm looking forward to speaking to you again soon.
Okay, all the best to you, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, Maria.
And there she goes. That's Maria Diaz with Nautical Jewelry. And now I have DockSide Fuel Service, a very unique service by a local family down in the Keys. I'm not sure whether I have Kyle or Andy, but welcome to the Fish Florida Show.
Good morning, Riscalla. It's Kyle. Thanks for having me on again.
Good morning, Kyle. Merry Christmas, my friend.
Morning, Kyle.
Good morning. Merry Christmas to you guys. Happy holidays.
So I take it you're probably pretty busy down there with the holiday coming up, making sure everybody's got enough fuel for either generators or vessels.
Yeah, we're pretty busy. It looks like we're taking off the day of Christmas, but we're working all around 7 days a week. You know, everybody's off on holiday and everybody's off of school, and we're running every day.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that you provide on-site service with the fueling of a variety of things, primarily either a vessel of some sort or generators. Is there anything else that you provide fuel for?
Pretty much anything that needs gas, we can fuel you. So we go all the way from Key Largo to Key West, and we provide Rec 90 and off-road diesel. Sometimes we do provide on-road diesel, just depends on different situations. But we do fishing boats, we do residential boats, we do generators. We did a lot of generators after the storm. Just keeping people topped off. Whatever you need, you can give us a call, and we try to fit you in as best we can. We prefer the more notice people give us, the better. But we prefer 24 hours, but the more notice, the better.
Do you have a minimum?
We have a 50-gallon minimum for north of Marathon, and south of Marathon, it's a 100-gallon minimum.
And with regard to pricing, is your pricing competitive to whatever else is out there?
So we're definitely competitively priced. We're almost always priced below the marina.
Wow.
We're above street price, but we're still saying below the marina.
Wow, that's a surprise.
Yeah.
So they would actually be saving a couple of pennies per gallon by calling you and having you come out.
Definitely be saving money by calling us. It was more than a
and then you don't have to deal with the marina. It's
about
right there at your place. I like that idea.
That? Absolutely. We're about 20 to 30 cents below the marina on average.
Wow. That's a big number when you're filling 80 plus to 100 gallons of fuel.
Yeah, when you're talking about 50 or 100 gallons of fuel, that's a lot. I'd like to have that.
Yeah,
pocket
and it
change
sure adds up when people are getting 500 gallons at a time.
My goodness,
savings definitely add up.
Can you have you got any idea what's going on fishing with regard to fishing down there?
Well, we've heard a lot about the wahoo. The wahoo have been running like crazy down here. We've had a bunch of people actually catching large wahoo. We had a customer yesterday. He caught I think it was a 70 or 75 pound wahoo.
That's a nice size wahoo. Very nice size wahoo.
Oh my goodness!
But plenty of people been catching them in the 30s and 40s pretty regularly. So that's nice to see.
And a 30 and a 40 pound wahoo, 40 pound wahoo. That's a 3.5, 4 foot wahoo. People don't understand how big a 30, 40 pound fish is.
Have you ever hooked into a torpedo?
That's nice to come home with for sure.
If you've ever hooked a torpedo, then you've hooked a wahoo. That's about where we come from. Those things are amazing. To me, it's like a torpedo. So a fish is just like a torpedo. The thing takes off, you can barely see it. It goes so quick.
Yeah, they're a fun fight to catch for sure.
Wow.
You know, the larger ones, there's so much meat on them that the thicker they get.
Oh yeah, yeah. Those they get as I've seen them to where their body is even their head looks smaller than their body when they get really fat.
Yeah, and you don't realize how
it almost looks like it on some of those big ones.
Oh my!
And for the guests, if nobody took into Oahu before, it is the most intense fight on the water, and you have to know what you're doing.
Yeah. You have to not only you have to know what you're doing, you have to have the right gear. Anyway, I'm up against a break. One more time before you go, let the people know how they can reach you, my friend.
The name of our company is DockSide Fuel. You can Google us. We'll be the first one to show up on there. Our phone number is 305-923-6509. You can give us a call or text to schedule delivery.
God bless you, my friend. Merry Christmas. Looking forward to speaking with you again soon. Don't go away. We've got a break, and we will be right back. It is the Fish Florida Show with Riscalla and Devin.
Do you own a laser printer, copier, or a fax? Well then, listen close to this announcement. Laser Technologies has been providing high-quality, frustration-free toner cartridges that are guaranteed not to harm your equipment for over 20 years. Laser Technologies will save you on your supplies with high-quality and fast delivery. Savings up to 50%. Laser Technologies supplies toner, imaging drums, developer and cartridges for most of the major brands. For a price quote, send an email to service@laser-technologies.com. Include your printer make and model for your part number. Call us at 561-792-9600. That's 561-792-9600. Laser Technologies, providing 100% of the quality at a fraction of the price. 561-792-9600.
Hi folks, I'm Roger from Roger's Gotcha Motoring. If you need a local auto repair shop, Roger's Gotcha Motoring will take care of all of your automotive repair needs. If you need something as simple as an oil change or as complex as an engine overhaul, I have the latest in technology and the knowledge to get the job done right. We've been servicing Pinellas County since 1994 and are conveniently located at 3700 5th Avenue North in St. Petersburg, Florida. If you need service, call now at 727-327-1830 or visit my website at www.rogersgotchamotoring.com or like my Facebook page at Rogers Gotcha Motoring for a complete list of all of our services. So come on over to Rogers, that's me, and get your car service today. And don't forget to shop and support local business. Call now to book your appointment at 727-327-1830. That's 727-327-1830, or swing on by.
Que Pasa Mexican Cantina is where friends and neighbors come to connect, share, and celebrate one another in a festive, casual atmosphere. Offering rich, robust flavors of authentic Mexican cuisine, we use only the freshest, finest ingredients. We chop and dice, season and blend, and then cook everything we serve to perfection. One thing that makes Mexican food even better is one of our delicious Best of the Bay margaritas. Our signature series of margarita flavors range from our sweet and fruity mango and strawberry to our hot and juicy jalapeno margarita. Having a busy meeting or getting together and looking for Mexican food? Try our Fast Fax form. It's an easy, fast way to order your favorite Mexican food. We have special platters and layouts for any occasion. The form is super easy to fill out, fax, email, or just call it in. Whether it's here in the restaurant, in your home or office, at Que Pasa we celebrate bringing people together. Que Pasa Mexican Cantina, 10478 Roosevelt Boulevard North Street in the Gateway Shopping Center, 727-330-3663 in St. Petersburg.
Test 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3. Hey, this is Captain Hook for Statewide Pest Control Services. They've been serving the west coast of Florida since 1987. Statewide does it all. Pest control, termites, lawns, mosquitoes, tent fumigations, etc. This announcement is from their mold division. Since Hurricane Charlie in 2004, all their personnel are certified in mold and moisture control. Their two-step services are guaranteed to get you back in your home quicker and in most cases paid by your insurance company. Give them a call at 877-488-7378. That's statewide pest control services for all your pest and mold control needs, serving Florida from Pasco to Lee counties. Statewide pest control services, 877-488-7378. 877-488-7378. That's 877-488-7378. You're listening to WDBFradio.com, a tune-in station.
I grab my fishing pole and cast it in the water. I fish until dawn. Oh my, I caught a shark. I'm fishing in Florida when the sun shines all day.
It's the Fish Florida Show with your host, Riscalla Stevens, bringing the outdoors to you every Sunday morning, 8 to 10 a.m. on the WDBF Radio Network. And now, your host, Riscalla Stevens.
Hey, we are back. It is the top of the hour, and we took a quick break there. And I have with me my co-host, Devin Canhigh. And good morning, Devin. It is the top of the hour. We are literally days away from the end of this year. I know that it's kind of shocking. It is shocking to me. What do you got planned for Christmas?
You know, I have planned to sleep in, wake up, fry a turkey, do a ham, eat some food, and then go back to sleep again. That is my plan.
Oh, my goodness. That's probably one of the things that we look forward to. And then, of course, it's one of the things that we look forward to when it's all over because you feel like a stuffed turkey before it's all done. So anyway, good morning to you out there who are listening. It is a bright and beautiful morning. You're listening to the Fish Florida Show. And this morning we have had a wide variety of guests. And my next guest has a unique product for those of you who have paddle boards and things of that nature. His name is Tim Wilhelm, and he has a company called Mantarax, and you can find mantarax.com. You can see some of the pictures of his products there. Good morning, Tim. Merry Christmas to you, and welcome to the Fish Florida Show.
Well, good morning, Riscalla. Thank you for having us on, and Merry Christmas to everybody.
It is an honor and privilege to have you on, my friend. Tell the listeners a little bit about your unique product that you have.
Well, we invented this basically to start out with my son wakeboarding behind our center console day boat, and when he was done, we put our wakeboards in the boat on the floor. Realized that this was not a safe thing to do, and we started looking to see if there was anything we could buy for our boat, and there was not. So we patented and invented our first B3, which carries wakeboards, kiteboards, surfboards, water skis, and then we got a lot of calls if we made anything for paddleboards. We're not realizing how big the paddleboard industry was. We invented that, and then once again, it came up with people like, do you have anything for kayaks? So we went on to the kayak realm. Especially here in Florida, it's a huge thing, whether you're taking your paddleboards or kayaks to the sandbar, whether you're going to the no motor zones in the Mosquito Lagoon or the Everglades, or going to the Bahamas. You know, people want to take their boards, and there's really not a safe way to do it until now.
So did I hear you say that you make them for kayaks as well?
Yes, sir. Our L2K is a rack that handles a kayak up to certain sizes, and it also handles the live fish catamaran paddleboard. It has 11-inch width inside dimensions to carry.
That's pretty awesome because I have 2 kayaks myself, and there's I got no real way to mount them. I just take them and chuck them in the back of my truck.
Yeah, well, we wanted to, we know boat lovers don't want to mount stuff to their boat permanently, and so we were looking on how do we take our boards and our toys, I should say, on the boat safely without having to drill holes into your hull or mount anything on your hardware, your key tops.
I tell you what, it cringes me every time I have to help somebody or see somebody drill through their fiberglass on their boat, because if it's a one-time shot, you got to measure. It's they say measure twice, cut once. You got to measure about 28 times when you do that.
Yeah. No going back.
Yeah. Right, and then once you have it mounted, you don't want to take it with you every trip. You might want to do some serious fishing where you're going offshore and you don't need them in your way, but then the time you take your family or you want to go inshore fishing, you want to take them with you. So we wanted to make a removable and use something that was already installed on your boats, like your flush-mounted rod holders on your gunnel. And,
that's awesome. So it's not invasive. You can remove them, and they're secure down safe for your kayak, paddleboard, wakeboard, pretty much any size fishing board or that you can use, or skis. Do you guys do skis also?
Yeah, our B3 handles water skis. It holds up to 3 boards, but one board would not have bindings, kind of like a wake surfer or a wake skate. But the bindings would be on the outside fork.
Absolutely. It's a great product. Sounds amazing that I don't have to cut another hole in my boat to mount these things. You can use your existing hardware.
There's something about holes and boats that don't go together very well. Especially if the hole is in the wrong place. It's not going to go together very well. I was never happy about having to drill anything into my boat that wasn't already there. I had no problem in removing hardware that was already there, but having to put a new hole or something for something to mount, that is always set uneasy with me. And if anybody could offer me something that was non-permanent, something that was removable, I would easily go with that in a heartbeat over having to, hard wire or hardware something into the boat.
So Tim, tell them where they can find you. One more time.
You can find us at mantaracks.com, and all we need to know is the angle of your rod holder, whether it's a 0 degree, 15 degree, or 30 degree. And we have inventory, and it's a semi-custom product. So, and then, of course, if you have any questions, you can call us at 888-622-0225, and we'll answer any questions and walk you through the process.
And if any of you guys miss, you can also find them on the Fish Florida app. They are one of our media partners. And like I said, it's a one-stop shop. You don't have to sit down and write down all these websites. Mantaracks is on there. And they have some pictures. Yeah, I see you did have some pictures of your products online so people can get an idea of what it is and how big it is. Am I correct?
Yes. And we have, for people that want to know how durable they are, we have customers that have gone, well over 60 miles an hour in 3 to 4 foot stops.
Gravy.
With 3,000 nautical miles on their racks.
Wow.
So they're built.
Wow. Well, Tim, Merry Christmas to you. My great appreciation for calling in this morning. I've got to get to the next guest, Tim Wilhelm with mantaracks.com. If you want to reach him, you can find him online. You can find him on the Fish Florida app. You can also find him on the archives. We do have archives set up. So any of you that would like to listen to any of these shows in complete length, they are ready and available for you. Tim, Merry Christmas, and looking forward to speaking with you again soon, my friend.
Merry Christmas. Y'all enjoy the season.
Thank you, sir. So my next guest coming up here is Doug Faude, and I want to show you something. I'm sorry that the listeners can't see that, but that's what he sent me. Look at that.
Wow.
Now, that's a postcard, right? So what I'm looking at, ladies and gentlemen, is a picture that Doug has sent me where he lives in Idaho, I believe it is. It looks like a postcard. I don't know how much snow they've gotten, but it is untouched snow. And if you've ever seen trees that are out there with no footprints or anything in the snow, it looks like something from another world. Absolutely gorgeous. Doug, good morning, and I hope you're not freezing your behind off.
Well, good morning. Yeah, that is a Christmas card type photograph that I took out my back window 2 days ago after about 15 to 20 inches of snow.
That is unreal.
I wish I could show this to the listeners. This is just amazing. Just, for me to be sitting here in Florida, looking out my window, and it's probably right now a little over 70 degrees out there, looking at this picture and trying to imagine that someone at the same time that I'm looking at 70-degree weather is looking at snow. It's a little hard to imagine, but the picture is just amazing. Thank you for sending that.
No problem. Just wanted to give you a little Christmas cheer. And then the next one we had there was the elk that came through the backyard a few hours later. So that was it's been kind of a wilderness time up here.
Wow.
That's just those are the kind of things that I miss about being in a city. I've typically spent the majority of my life in big cities, but there was a brief time when I was in the Air Force that they sent me to some little towns, and I got to tell you, it took me a little while to get acclimated to all that. But once I did, it was amazing because we would see things like what you're talking about. It wasn't elves, but it would be deer or hog, turkeys, a wide variety of wildlife that you don't see in the big cities, and that something that I kind of miss. Along with, I don't miss having to deal with the snow. I love looking at it. Thank you for sending it to me, but I'm happy where I'm at. Thank you very much.
I believe it. That's how the other half lives, though.
Doug, so with the weather going on up there like that and it being so cold, do you guys get to capitalize on any ice fishing up there?
You know, we live on Lake Pondere, which is one of the largest lakes in the western United States. It's actually, I think, the 5th deepest lake in the world. We're about 1,172 feet deep here at the maximum. But we do have some bays that freeze over, and they do have a bit of ice fishing out here. I'm originally from Wisconsin. That was ice fishing, heaven right there. So, but we don't do it much out here, and frankly, it's not something I do a lot. I'm more, into the fly fishing and that type of thing, but they regularly haul out some pretty large fish around here in Lake Pondere.
Wow. Yeah, I've been ice fishing one time, and from all the pictures you see online, it's a great experience. You get out there, you've got your little rod on your light tackle and your little fishing hut or your little clamshell if you're just going out there for the day, and it's a great time.
I have never been
growing up,
never been
growing
ice
up
fishing.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to say that growing up, I suspected that my grandfather and all his buddies were not doing much fishing out there in the shanties. They were probably having a few and telling some stories and having a good old time.
Well, that's the best part about the ice fishing.
So when you're out there ice fishing, typically, how thick is this ice?
Well, like I said, although we're only about 60 miles from Canada and we're in the very far north, we are just to the west of the jet stream that brings down that cold Canadian air. So our lake doesn't freeze over that often. It's in the bays, so you'll get it maybe up to 8 or 10 inches of ice. But even in Minnesota and Wisconsin, there you have feet of snow. And you got to auger on through it.
I actually went ice fishing in Minnesota a few years back, and you're talking some of those when you're cutting through that ice, augering through that ice, you're talking over 2 feet sometimes of ice you're going through.
So how do you cut through the ice?
You can literally drive your car on the ice.
Wow.
They use an auger, kind of like the way they dig it out and dig out the ground. It's almost the same concept as gas powered, and you drill through the ice and cut your holes.
Wow. That's amazing. So Doug, if you would, let's take a few minutes to talk about what you do. You have a company called Fincognito. And what is Fincognito?
Now, Fincognito is a brand that makes fishing apparel. So we actually produce performance gear. So we have wicking moisture management materials and UPF sun blocking materials. And we have hoodies and hats and neck gaiters, arm sleeves, and even boxer shorts for gift items. But what we do then is we take these performance gear and then we actually print fish art onto the gear. And so I've contracted with, I've got about 8 to 10 different of the artists from around the world, and we use their images. And then through dye sublimation process, we actually print them into the garment prior to sewing them together so that all the seams can line up. And then we sew them together, and it gives a really unique look that I don't believe is out there anywhere else that I've seen. So it's a combination of the performance item, but it also has a really unique look in that it has artwork that has been oil paintings or actually some pencil drawings, but these paintings can go anywhere from $3,000 up to $15,000.
Wow.
And we take the digital art and we put it on, and so you're wearing an actual piece of art.
Would it be fair to say that it's almost like having a portrait on clothing?
Well, it is, and we do some interesting things as well. Most of our images will wrap around. Many of them will wrap around to the back. So you have, like on a few, we'll have a rainbow trout where his head is on the front and his tail is on the back. But then it also carries across the arms, and so you're getting a really unique piece. And people report that they just get lots of comments, and we have a huge amount of reorders. So I think what happens is people will try it out, and then they just love it, and then they buy 5 or 6 more for themselves and their friends.
I think that you said something very interesting. We get a tremendous amount of reorders. That speaks for the product itself. Nobody's going to be buying this if they're not happy with it. They're certainly not going to come back and buy more if they're not happy with it. So clearly you have a product that is different than what is out there. I have seen some of the pictures of this, of his clothing, and I got to tell you, it is outstanding. If you're interested in something like that, you can reach him at Fincognito. Is it fincognito.com, Doug?
Correct, it is.
It's fincognito.com. Doug, thank you for taking the time to call in. Merry Christmas, my friend. I hope you don't freeze your behind off up there. I don't want to rub it in, but we're enjoying the weather here. And we'll look forward to speaking with you soon.
Well, Merry Christmas to you guys.
Merry Christmas to you, Doug.
Ladies and gentlemen, there he
Thank you,
goes.
Devin.
That's Doug Faude with Fincognito Fishing Apparel. And please don't go away. We've got to take a break, but we will be right back. You are listening to the Fish Florida Show with Riscalla and Devin.
When you need a reliable source for your toner, where do you turn? Laser Technologies International Incorporated, your source for quality laser printer, copier and fax toner. We supply a frustration-free cartridge guaranteed not to harm your printer. Delivering 100% of the quality at a fraction of the price. We have products for most major brands. Find us on the web at www.laser-technologies.com. Email us at service@laser-technologies.com. Call us at 561-792-9600. That's 561-792-9600. Laser Technologies, 561-792-9600. Providing excellent customer service since 1995.
When selling your luxury home, you need someone who understands your expectations. Someone familiar with the industry, who can sell your home faster and get you the best price. Someone who can provide you with a full-service brokerage firm. That someone is Devin Canhigh with Exit Realty. Devin is a veteran who has grown up in South Florida and spent his life in Palm Beach County. With Devin's marketing strategy and his network of contacts, you will be pleased at how quickly, smoothly, and easily your home can be sold. Not sure what your home should sell for? With Devin on your side, you will receive a free evaluation. Call Devin today at 561-281-9138. He's ready to serve your needs and expectations. That's 561-281-9138. Devin Canhigh with Exit Realty, 561-281-9138.
Hi folks, I'm Roger from Roger's Gotcha Motoring. If you need a local auto repair shop, Roger's Gotcha Motoring will take care of all of your automotive repair needs. If you need something as simple as an oil change or as complex as an engine overhaul, I have the latest in technology and the knowledge to get the job done right. We've been servicing Pinellas County since 1994 and are conveniently located at 3700 5th Avenue North in St. Petersburg, Florida. If you need service, call now at 727-327-1830 or visit my website at www.rogersgotchamotoring.com or like my Facebook page at Rogers Gotcha Motoring for a complete list of all of our services. So come on over to Rogers, that's me, and get your car service today. And don't forget to shop and support local business. Call now to book your appointment at 727-327-1830. That's 727-327-1830, or swing on by.
Grab my fishing pole and cast it in the water. That
It's the Fish Florida Show with your host, Riscalla Stevens, bringing the outdoors to you every Sunday morning, 8 to 10 a.m. on the WDBF Radio Network. And now, your host, Riscalla Stevens.
Good morning out there. I hope that you are enjoying this day. We are here in South Florida, and I want to tell you these are the few days that we live in South Florida for. We basically have two seasons here in South Florida. We have hot, and then we have hotter. Right now, we're in the hot. Today is probably a little over 70 degrees out there. Beautiful, clear sky, crisp. Was out a little earlier and just enjoying the low humidity and the cooler temperatures that we so desperately love here in South Florida. And this morning I have Devin with me, my co-host. Good morning, Devin.
Good morning.
And I want to thank you, the listener, who have been taking the time to devote to allow us to share with you all the different things that we've run across. What we do here is we bring the outdoors to you, as Devin likes to say, and I like that. We bring the outdoors to you in an effort to see to it that your outdoors excursion can be as fun as possible, particularly when we're talking about something like fishing or boating or kayaking or snorkeling or hunting, and all the associated things that go with it. One of the things that I enjoy so much are some of the associated industries. One of them is artists. I have Roberto, and I'm going to have a hard time with his last name, Tantaleo. I believe that's Roberto. Forgive me if I'm saying that wrong. Tantaleo, I believe, is how it's pronounced. And he is an artist that is a local artist out of the Keys, believe it or not. And I want to bring him on, and I want to welcome you, Roberto, to the Fish Florida Show. Please say your last name for me.
It's Tantaleo, but you can call me Pasta. That's what everybody else calls me.
Oh, I like that, Pasta. Good morning, Pasta. Merry Christmas, sir.
Good morning, and happy holidays. Merry Christmas to all.
And if you would, let's talk a little bit about what you do. I know you're a very, very unique artist, and that you are here in Islamorada. What is it that you do?
Pelagic game fishing, shore, offshore, and coastal lifestyle painting. We have a few galleries here in town, and I came here many, many years ago to do my life's work on research of the game fish. I was fishing Broward County for most of my earlier days. And then a bit in the Keys, and then about 15 years ago, I started making my trek to life's work down in the Keys, which I've been doing mostly inshore fish and offshore pelagic fish.
And
so
as an artist,
tarpon's a great one for me, and sailfish are my two kind of mantras as far as fishing and painting go.
As an artist, what are you providing? What is your most popular product, if you will? Acrylics and oils on canvas, and fine art reproductions, limited edition G-clays. Those are the two things I kind of live on. We don't do anything else really at the galleries. It's either original or the next best thing to the original, which is a limited edition G-clay, usually hand embellished by me. So we have a pretty high-end product line that upholds the original art. And if people want to see some of the product that you have, how do they do that? Where do they see that at? Well, we have a great website, artbypasta.com. You can see everything there. You can read about my bio there. You can pretty much do all the scrolling around and checking on me and seeing all the images. And we have a lot of categories in every genre of marine life. So I think it's a great place to go to is the website. And am I right? You're out of Islamorada. Is that correct? Yes. Yeah, I'm based in Islamorada. I live here. I fish here. And we have two galleries in the middle of town. Right in the heart of Islamorada. We're very well known, and we've been here a long time, and we have great customer base here. Can you tell me anything about fishing going on right now down there? Yeah, the wahoo last week was on fire. A lot of guys were catching wahoo, and then right off the lighthouse here, the sailfish bite had a few days of slick comp, great sail fishing. The reef's been decent. A lot of mangrove snapper, mutton snapper off the reef. And I haven't heard much on the inshore side. I haven't been into with the inshore guys, but the weather's been spectacular. And we are getting back after the storm. It's really coming together as far as Islamorada goes. So there's plenty of places to come down and seek out. And if you work a little extra hard, you will find some lodging. And the fishing is great, and the captains are all here. So I can tell you that.
That is awesome. So Basta, tell us a little bit of your website. If somebody wants to collect one of your pieces, what's where's your starting price? Where's your range on your pieces? What can somebody typically spend?
I have a great introductory print. Every month we do an introductory print, hand signed by me. It starts at $75. I think this year it's an Old Man of the Sea called Entitled Old Man, and it's one of my paper giclées, ready to go to take to framers. And we hand sign everything. We package everything nicely. We put little notes in there. It's a very good online website, and it starts at $75, and you can cruise through there and keep upgrading whatever you like for your home up to canvas giclées, all the way up to $3,500, $4,500, and then you go to the original pricing, which usually people call in on that, and the originals can range from anywhere from $3,500 to $35,000. So that's a wide range. But the truth is, there's a lot of introductory stuff there, a lot of great items there, and we're very willing to work with clients when they call in and talk to them about their needs, and we tailor a lot of stuff. We make our own giclées, so we tailor a lot of things and custom make things for customers, and we try to stay in their budget.
So, and if a customer has a picture that they want turned into a piece of art from their fishing trip, are you guys able to do that also?
Yeah, I do commission work. I do about 10 a year. With my schedule, I could take about 10 a year on, and sometimes they're related to an actual fishing trip. Sometimes they're related to an idea or something that happened offshore that they correlate, and then I'll do a thumbnail sketch, and I'll then start the process from there. And they usually give them something that's better than they hope for. That's the goal. And we have fun with our customers in that way. We do a lot of the commission work. That stuff I do in my private studio, and it takes a little bit of time. There's a backlog on that. It takes about 7 to 8 months on some of them. Some are quicker.
Wow.
But those commission work pieces are fun to do. They just take a little bit more time.
You mentioned about the Wahoo. I had a guest on earlier from DockSide Fuel Service. They're down there in the Keys as well. And they you kind of confirmed what they said. They said that the Wahoo are on fire down there right now. So if you're one of those people that are looking for Wahoo, it appears that the Keys are the place to be. They were down in let's see, Pasta is in Islamorada. I think they were a little north of there, right?
Just a little north of there, yep.
Yeah, so it appears that Wahoo are hitting hard in the Keys. The particular Keys is slipping my mind right now, but just north of Islamorada and on down into the lower Keys, we have Wahoo action happening.
It's running about 120 feet to about 220. If you zigzag up and down off the reef lines in a 200-foot range, you're starting to get good strikes at around. We were trolling about 10 knots. You don't have to it's not high-speed trolling like you do up north. It's a little bit slower, and you're about 10 knots, and we're getting strikes on that.
So what are you guys using for gear down there, Pasta, for trolling baits wise?
What I'm doing is deep diving plugs, 11 M's and some of the big metal bladed plugs, right down down the back of the boat, and can't run too much on any outriggers at that speed because it wants to pop. So we just run them down the downriggers on both sides, and maybe one in the middle if you can get one down the middle.
So you guys typically run about 3 lines?
I run 2 lines. I can't run 3 lines. My boat's not very wide.
Gotcha.
I can run 2 lines. Yeah, I'll run one higher, one low, one deeper, one off of a little release clip off the back of the transom, and I'll run one flat out the back of the boat on the other side.
So typically, how deep are you taking your lines down?
Like I said, the sailfish have been biting. If you have ballyhoo, big pilchards work on the sailfish right now. Fresh ballyhoo, rigged properly, will work on the sailfish right now, and always have some pitch baits ready because they are showering.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, it is. Sailfish is starting to heat up, and it's good to hear the Wahoo bite is on down there. That's one of my most favorite fish to catch. Riscalla, I got to go. I'm going Wahoo fishing. And
they would just cut the show down shortly and just take a drive down to the Keys. Pasta, thank you so much for calling in. It's an honor and a privilege to have you on with us today. Thank you for introducing your line to the listeners and providing some information regarding the fishing down in Islamorada and confirming that Wahoo are really hot right now. I wish you a Merry Christmas, my friend. I am looking forward to having you back on again, and we can talk some more about what's going on down in Islamorada. Until next time, God bless, and have a wonderful day, sir.
Great. Fishing and art is where I live, so come on down.
God bless you. Talk to you soon. There he goes, ladies and gentlemen. That is Pasta with Art by Pasta out of Islamorada. Our next guest is Frank Danysh. Frank is with an association called Adopt a Cop, and this is something that is close to my heart because the relationships between police officers and the citizenry is a vital part of our society. And I see that relationship breaking down for a wide variety of reasons, and I do whatever I can to build that relationship back up because it is a vital part of our society. These are the people that help to keep us law and order, if you will. And Frank goes out of his way to see to it that there are those who have had unfortunate experiences in their lives, and it's people like Frank that comes along and helps ease that pain. Frank, good morning. Merry Christmas. You are on the Fish Florida Show with Riscalla and Devin.
Good morning, Riscalla and Devin. How are you guys doing?
Good morning, Frank. How are you? Are you back in Florida finally?
I'm really excited. Yeah, currently I am. I'm actually in Palm Beach, believe it or not. And, man, you just can't beat this weather. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Absolutely gorgeous weather.
There are people up north right now cursing us, I promise you.
And I didn't want to say that, but I was like, you know what? Well, that's the price you pay for living in the cold. So, if they want to come visit, my door is always open. And I really appreciate being on the Fish Florida Show today. And I have to tell you, I really love the Fish Florida app. I've got so many of my friends calling me up and thanking me for turning them on to it, and they just absolutely love it. And they love going to our business pages and looking at the different business owners that are offering their products on the Fish Florida app because it's really easy to get to their products. It's really easy to get their website and order the stuff that they need to really catch the big one and bring it home for dinner. So I'm really excited about all the activity that we're having through Adopt a Cop USA with promoting the Fish Florida app and all of our small businesses, media partners in particular.
So tell us, Frank, what's new with Adopt a Cop? What is going on in your world?
Well, we just did a pretty awesome program at Point Siena Elementary, which is in Boynton Beach, Florida. I was able to film several of the classroom gift presentations with the Boynton Beach Police Department, CRA. Sergeant Deal over there has been extremely supportive to Adopt a Cop USA. And getting out there with these children and handing out, and I thought was really interesting. They weren't just giving out candy and stuff that kids really don't use. They were actually giving out stuff like pencils and supplies for school that the kids really need. And I think sometimes in our country we forget about the necessary tools we need. Just like in fishing, if you don't have the right hook or the right lure, you're not going to catch that fish. And same way with our children. If we don't have the right tools for them to have, they're not going to get the education they need to be successful in our country.
I agree 100%. And this is our future. This is our future that we're looking at. So if we can't invest in our future, what are we saying about ourselves as a society?
Absolutely right. And, speaking about the small businesses, according to the U.S. Census Bureau, 29.6 million small businesses operate in the United States, which is nearly 48% of our nation's workforce. And I think people forget that. Our small businesses make this country really grow and move forward. And, not that I have anything against big business, but every time you spend $100 in our community, $43 goes back into our community. But if you purchase that item at a big chain, only $13 goes back in our community. And I think it's really important for our Americans out there, especially the ones listening today, to realize that you gotta support our small business owners because, not only does that money go back into the community, but those employees and those business owners, they spend their money in these communities, and that was make our country great. We have to get back to that. We have to put the United back in the United States.
And you know what the awesome thing about small business is? A lot of these small businesses, it's no longer like the past. They're just as competitive as the big business. I mean, they may be off by $1 here or there, but that extra $1 goes back into our community, and I'm okay with spending that extra $1 to support a small business.
Yeah, I don't mind. Frank, I want to tell you that my research comes up with 63 cents of every dollar spent in a local business stays in the local area. 63. I don't know where you got the 40 from, but my research says 63.
Well, I'm sorry. I was looking at GoBankingRates.com, so we're a little bit off, but that's a lot better than my statistics.
A lot better than $13.
Yeah, 13 cents. Yeah, absolutely. So when you invest locally, you're not only are you helping a local business, but you actually are investing in the local economy. That some of that money stays behind and works for the local economy. Frank brought up a very important item, and that is the very, very basic necessities for children. You know, a lot of times these school teachers are having to buy these supplies out of their pockets for these kids. Simple things, pencils, pads, crayons, whatever that might be. They're paying for this out of their pocket, and they're no longer able to write this off as a tax deduction. So when we can help with the little thing, the very basic things, that is an honor and a privilege in itself. And to build the young people up and to train them in a way that would be responsible for our society, that is a reflection upon us. So I suppose I 100% support the Adopt a Cop program. If you want more information about Adopt a Cop, Frank, how do they get more information about Adopt a Cop? I'm up against a break, so quickly let the people know.
Well, there's a couple ways. You can go to aacusa.store. That's aacusa.store. Or you can call me directly. You can call me on my cell phone directly. That's 561-523-2110. And, you know, we're always looking for sponsors to help us get our program to more children and more police agencies. And just like with the small businesses, when we work in our program, we put that funding right back in that community. So whatever that community is, those are the sponsors that when they contribute, the money goes right back into the people that they serve and their customers.
So it's a win-win. This are my favorite kind of deals, win-win situations. Frank Danysh with Adopt a Cop. Thank you, Frank, for calling in. Merry Christmas to you, my friend. We are up against a break. Please don't go away. We will be right back. You're listening to the Fish Florida Show with Riscalla and Devin.
Merry Christmas.
Thanks, Frank.
Battles aren't won solely on the field. That's a common misconception. Battles are won within, over enemies of fear, enemies of doubt. In that place where promises are kept. Promises to oneself.
This is a physical training event.
Promises to one's community.
Helping people move debris out of their house.
Promises to one's country. In the heart of every Marine, you'll find a promise. A promise forever kept. A promise of battles won.
You've seen how recent hurricanes have devastated whole communities, flooding and destroying homes. Join Habitat for Humanity as we work with families to repair and rebuild. You can help someone desperately in need of a place to call home. We will rebuild, but only with your help. Visit Habitat.org to support Habitat's work.
Hello, I'm Hector Elizondo, and I want to talk to you about getting older. My body hurts, my joints ache, and sometimes I forget. I forget that doing all your own scenes for a movie isn't always the best decision, especially when you're galloping high speed on a horse named Archibello. So yes, my body hurts, but it's not because of my age. It's because I'm living my life.
Don't let life pass you by. Take care of your brain health. It may just help you stay on top of your game.
Oh, Archibello!
Learn more at brainhealth.gov.
Hey y'all, Cedric the Entertainer here with Niecy Nash, taking a break from shooting The Soul Man to introduce you to Patience.
Hi.
Patience is a patient at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital.
Families never receive a bill from St. Jude for anything because all a family should worry about is helping their child live.
St. Jude won't give up until they end childhood cancer, sickle cell, and other deadly diseases.
Because of you, there is St. Jude.
Learn more at stjude.org.
My vehicle was sent 6 feet in the air in a ball of fire. I thought I was going to die.
It ripped my arm off. It broke my right femur.
I took such a hard blow to the head that my retina was torn apart.
Say a prayer for peace. I'm Trace Atkins. I want to tell you about these true American heroes and how you can show your thanks by helping them through Wounded Warrior Project.
They've reached out to us as a family, and they never forgot about us.
The job of helping thousands of our wounded warriors rebuild their lives is massive and growing every day. That's why your gift of just $19 a month is so important. Many of these service members suffer traumatic brain injury and post-traumatic stress disorder.
They helped me basically put my life back together.
If it wasn't for Wounded Warrior Project, I would be a statistic right now. I would have been one of those soldiers who came home and committed suicide.
I'm in the fields of Vietnam, the mountains of Afghanistan. Your gift today of $19 a month can help us provide the programs and services desperately needed by our wounded service members. Call or go online with a pledge and you'll receive this Wounded Warrior Project blanket. Make that call now. Say a prayer for peace.
You're listening to WDBFradio.com, a tune-in station.
I grabbed my fishing pole and cast it in the water. I fish until dawn. Oh my, I caught a shark. I'm fishing in Florida when the sun shines all day. They call me a grouper. So I'm fishing in Florida. Oh yeah.
It's the Fish Florida Show with your host, Riscalla Stevens, bringing the outdoors to you every Sunday morning, 8 to 10 a.m. on the WDBF Radio Network. And now, your host, Riscalla Stevens.
Okay, we are back, and again, my thanks to each of you who take the time to listen in and allow us to share with you the information that we have. We will be having our next guest coming on shortly. He is with themetaledge.com. I believe it's going to be Jason that's going to be calling in. Themetaledge.com, and they, again, these are artists that have a very unique product. I guess the best thing to do is to let them describe it to you. I believe Jason is on the line. Jason, good morning, Merry Christmas, and you are on the Fish Florida Show with Riscalla and Devin.
Good morning, and Merry Christmas to you guys. How you doing today?
We are doing wonderful.
How are you doing down there in the nice warm weather of the Keys?
We're doing good, man. It is really warm out here. It does not feel like Christmas, that's for sure. I'm from up north, so the warm weather kind of throws me off a little. But we're getting ready, cooking some food, having some family over.
Hot dog. One of the guests had sent me a picture this morning out his back door, and it looks like a postcard. Trees covered with snow, the ground is covered with snow. It just looks like something out of a postcard. And I'm sitting here looking out my window, and it's like 70 some odd degrees out with a crisp, cool morning. Snow is not my not my game. So let's talk a little bit about the Metal Edge. What is the Metal Edge? Themetaledge.com.
Well, basically what we do is we do all sorts of different type of artwork. We do mainly we work with aluminum. What we do is we cut it out with a plasma torch, which is just a type of cutting torch, a metal cutting torch. Then we take that metal and we grind it smooth. We do some artistic finishes on it with the grinders. Then we have a powder coating facility also, so we can add some color to it, make it pop off that wall. We also do complete custom designs. If you have something in your mind, all you really need to give us is an idea, and we take that idea and we run with it. We do fishing tournament trophies. We do all sorts of stuff. We like to tell people that our limitation is your imagination. So just bring us an idea, and we'll make that idea happen.
I like that. I like that. The limitation.
Our limitation is your imagination.
There you go. That's a great way to have it. So tell us a little bit about what's going on the water out there. Have you been able to do any kind of fishing down there in the Keys? I know you guys are busy with the getting back into full swing after the hurricane we had and all that down there, and getting life back to normal, I would say.
We got out on Thursday. Thursday was an absolutely beautiful, flat, calm day, which sometimes is a little detrimental to fishing, especially if you're out there trolling. It doesn't give the baits a lot of action. But they have been hitting the wahoo right off the reef, between the reef and about 200 feet. They've been slamming the wahoo. Sailfish, they've been slamming the sailfish right up on the reef, about 30 feet of water, anywhere to about 200 feet as well.
Okay,
We
so
went
I know
out
where
on
to stay away
Thursday.
from
My
then when I
wife
come
caught
down
a
there.
few sharks.
And where to fish.
We caught a few groupers. And
Jason-
then the mutton snapper are hitting wet as well. Find them sandy patches in about 80 to 120 feet of water, and we were dropping down ballyhoo plugs, and we caught a few mutton snapper as well. So it's the fish are still out there. The storm didn't scare them away.
I think
They're
the
out
storm
there and
actually
they're
made the
hungry.
fishing better, to be honest with you.
Yeah, they got a little break from that storm, about a month or so. Nobody was out on the water because, who knows what's in that water, especially in the shallow areas after that storm. So they got a little break, and they're hungry out there. So if you can get out there and catch some fish.
So tactics for you guys. What do you guys like to do down there to if you do choose to go wahoo fishing? How do you guys do your troll for that?
Well, we do a little faster troll, mahi fishing and stuff like that. We're trolling anywhere between 5 and 7 knots. For the wahoo, we like to speed it up a little. I personally like to put some diver lures on, about anywhere between a 15-foot and a 30-foot diver. And then I like to run wahoo like naked ballyhoo. And most people run wire leaders. You're going to get more bites on a mono leader, but you're also going to get a lot more break-offs. So I like to run naked ballyhoo on mono leaders, and then I like to run diving lures with wire leaders. Just for the fact that if you're close to the reef, you can also pick up a grouper on those diving lures. Most people don't know you can troll for grouper. So
Wow.
There's a lot of different ways to do it, but that's particularly how we like to do it.
You troll for grouper. It's like down rigging.
I mean, I guess with those deep diving lures, they're going to run right past the holes where the grouper are.
We like to do it anywhere between 30 and 80 feet of water. We get those 30-foot divers, and you just troll right up close to the reef. And you want a diving lure that has a lot of action, so you're going to get a lot of sound under the water, and you want it you want to mimic the bait that's in the area. So right now we're using, any lure with a lot of blues in it and a lot of black in it, because those small mackerel and those small ballyhoo are coming right up on the reef right now. So we're using lures that are imitating the natural bait that they're actually chasing after. And, we're not very lucky with the trolling for grouper, but we have hit it a few times. And most people do what they call wire rigs, is where the whole reel is spooled with wire on it. And then you just drop that down on a downrigger, and you just troll back and forth on that reef, and you hope for that grouper to come out and slam it.
Wireline trolling is a thing we have up here too. There's something about the vibration with that wire in the water, along with the downrigger. Really, it brings the fish.
Yeah, they like that. They like that commotion. It makes them think that somebody else is out there and they're feeding, so they want to come out. Especially those bigger groupers are very, very curious by nature, so they want to. They want to come out and they want to see what that noise is. They want to see what's going on, what all that commotion is.
You're the third one this morning who has confirmed that the wahoo, particularly wahoo, are hot, very hot in the Keys.
Yes, they're killing them right now. Not much else on the troll. We haven't been seeing many blackfins or skipjack tunas or anything like that. Haven't been seeing much mahi at all down here. But the wahoo and the grouper and the mutton snapper are hot. And the yellowtailing too right now. Everybody says they're slamming the yellowtails in about 60 feet of water with a lot of chum out. So they're out there.
Well, we know without question that 3 people have called in this morning and have described that it is really just very hot with wahoo, along with a couple of other species. But what I'm hearing this morning is that if you are someone who is an avid wahoo hunter, you better get your behind down into the Keys, because that's the place where it's happening right now. Jason, if we want to get more information about what it is that you have to offer, how do we do that?
Well, you can. There's a few different ways. You can give us check out on the website, which is themetaledge.com. That's the METALEDGE.com. or you can call us at 917-577-8495. Either way, you can get in touch with us very quickly. You can do an order straight through the website, or like I said, you can give us a call and, pick our brains a little bit, ask us a few questions. We're always open to, have a little chat about the art, and maybe, you have an idea that we can chat about, and we can bring that idea to fruition.
And you guys are also on the Fish Florida app also, am I correct?
Yes, sir. We've been with you guys for quite some time. I believe we've been with you guys since the beginning, actually.
Wow.
We were one of the first people to sign up with you guys a long time ago.
So for any of our listeners out there that do host tournaments, you guys can do pieces, one-off pieces for the year for their tournament also, which is a great thing to have that unique trophy for these fishermen, and along with their cash prizes to hang on the wall.
We gather local Florida red cedar, and we do very beautiful pieces of wood, and then we mount those particular sculptures standing up in the wood, so you can put then you can put a plaque on it if you want. We can do your tournament logo if you want. There's all sorts of different stuff that we can do, and we do have a very large trophy base. So, we do trophies for tournaments all over the state of Florida, Louisiana, Texas, California. So we get around.
It sounds like it. And you said, we mentioned aluminum earlier, but then you just said wood as well. So it's not just aluminum that you work on.
No, we do the wood we do for the tournament trophies. Most of the artwork is just a wall hanging artwork that we do. So we like to break it up a little bit with the tournament trophies, and we mount them in nice pieces of red cedar, so they actually stand up on a table. So they look more like a trophy rather than just a piece of art that you would hang on the wall. And then, like I said, most of the tournaments they go to a different party and buy plaques and put the plaques on the front of them. So it's a legitimate trophy at that point rather than just a piece of art that you can hang on your wall. So it kind of breaks it up and differentiates it between the other art that we do. Then we also do house number signs, so you can call in and you can give us a design or pick one of our existing designs, and we can put your house numbers on it. That way, the pizza delivery guy can find you.
I like that idea. It's great.
So
yeah, a lot of people have really small house numbers on their house, and nobody can see them. So we came up with that idea. Nice size numbers on a house with maybe some palm trees on it, or a turtle on it, or a mahi, whatever you want, we can do. Like I said, our limitation is your imagination.
I like that.
That's great. So my next trip down to the Keys, when we get a chance, I'm going to have to get up with you guys and go fishing and show you my tactics up here on chasing those wahoo down.
Yeah, definitely, man. We're located the shop is down in Stock Island, right outside of Key West. We live up in Big Pine, so we fish out of Big Pine mostly, and we'd love to have you down here. We'll take you out, and we'll get something on that hook.
Absolutely, I will. Next time, I will pack my bag of wahoo lures, and I will throw the wahoo rods in the trucks, and we can try both tactics and see which one outperforms the other.
Yeah, there you go. And when snowy grouper season opens, we'll take you out and we'll do some deep dropping as well. We're big fanatics about
I love deep dropping. Love deep dropping.
I do too. We call it gentleman's fishing.
Deep dropping. Describe deep dropping. What is that?
So deep dropping is you use a heavy weight, and it is an electric reel, and you're dropping that all the way down to the bottom because we're going down to deeper depths.
Mm-hmm. And deep meaning how many feet when we say deep?
How many feet are you guys down there for the snowies?
For the snowies, we're fishing anywhere between 500 and 700 feet. When we want to go for the golden tiles, we're going out to about 1,000 feet. For the golden tiles, we're looking for muddy bottom. For the snowies, we're looking for a little bit of structure down there on the bottom. We do a lot of deep dropping for sword fishing as well, and then we're out in, anywhere from 1,200 feet during the day to, 3,000 feet during the, at night.
I tell you what, and for the people that haven't gone sword fishing, it is addicting.
Wow.
Sword fishing, daytime, nighttime, is all addicting.
I got to wrap it up. You guys are running out of time.
Fight that fish for 3 hours.
Jason, thank you so much for calling in. Merry Christmas to you, my friend. Looking forward to speaking with you again very soon. I wish you well, and have a wonderful weekend.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to you guys, too. I'll talk to you soon.
Merry Christmas, Jason.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there he goes. That is Jason with themetaledge.com. You can find him on the Fish Florida app. You can also find him on the web. You can also find us on the web, thefishfloridashow.com. Thank you for listening. You've been listening to the Fish Florida Show with Riscalla and Devin. We will be back in a week. Enjoy your outdoors. Merry Christmas, everyone.